there's new ones. And we are live. Where's my computer? Oh, okay. I always say that when we go live, but nobody but you can see me do the shimmy. I think I didn't plug my computer in earlier, so it's gotta reboot. All right, so while I'm waiting for that, I'm gonna go grab my splat box and cut up some samples. We can do these beautiful sprays. All right. Hello, friends. Hello. All right, I am just gonna get signed in over here. Give me 1 second here. Okay, hold on 1 second. My computer was totally dead. We're just rebooting. All right, here we go. I hope you guys all got a chance to go outside and enjoy some of this beautiful weather. I've been a little bit envious today, but I do have big windows, so I could at least enjoy it from afar. All right, here we go. Okay, so we're gonna get started here pretty quick. I'm a little bit late. I had some people in here later than expected. So give me just one more second here. Did you find the ones that I was looking for? Huh? Yeah, where's the box? Where's the Can you just put them on. And I need a bundle pricing on the sprays that you gave me. Yeah. Okay. Is this the only one though?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Let's get rolling. I got a lot of stuff to show you guys today. There's even some other stuff. He's still working on pricing it right now. So okay. Oh, we've got the crew with us today. Stacy and Cheryl. Hi, Dawn. And Kip, Elizabeth, Karen, Sue. Oh, Cindy, Renee. All right. Veronica, Jan, Diana, Kip. Okay, and Pat. All right, and Jan, now that I'm seeing you there, I think I said I was going to call you back, but then I think we covered everything on the phone, so hopefully we're good on that. I can't quite remember. There was a lot of stuff coming and going at me today. So, okay. So let's get started with what I have here in front of me, and then we'll talk about the other stuff he's going to bring over here in a little bit. And just a note for those of you guys that are interested, the Lawn Fawn restock box just arrived this afternoon. So, Nona, if you're here, I know your stuff is probably in that box. I know there's some other people that are on the list, so we will try to get that sorted and organized as quickly as possible. I do have the Zoom call on Wednesdays, so we will do our best so that you guys don't have very long to wait for that, because I know there's some awesome product and you want to get started. So let's talk about what I've got here in front of me today. All right. So first off, we talked about this last week. I told you guys that these were coming. I think they've been out of stock for a while. These here are the replacements for this little white mat that is on your travel mat. And if your corner is starting to look like that, see what's going on there? That's kind of maybe when you want to start thinking about a new one, or if yours is starting to get kind of a lot of like stuff seeped into the pores or something. And I don't think that they're very much, like $8 or so. It's worth it to have a new one. The other thing that I noticed, and the reason that I've turned mine around actually, is that corner that curled. It was down here, and because I think there's like, I don't know, it's Teflon or something, maybe like, I don't know what it's made of, but it was like scratching me or poking me, and I didn't find that to be very comfortable. So I turned it around, and hopefully it'll last for a little bit longer, but we'll see. So those are here. And then I wanted to show you guys, I didn't show you this, well, it doesn't matter which direction I turn it because you can't really see it, but I don't think when we were talking about Concord and Ninth the other day that I showed you this die here. This die, I made a sample of it so that you could actually read what it said. So this die has really beautiful, delicate font for the names of the month. And I wanted to kind of take note of this because those Elizabeth Crafts planner dies have been going crazy in popularity. I can't read what the bottom says though. Okay. They've been going crazy in popularity. And so I thought these would be really nice to pair with those planner, sorry, he's also giving me notes about things. The planner dies. Even if you are making like birthday cards for the month or something like that, I think there's a lot of uses for these, and these are some of the prettiest month dies that I've seen in a long time. But in looking at this die, it is very, very difficult to read it. But it does tell you up top that it's the month by month. So that one is like $23. And then we got a couple new things from Tailored Expressions. And this mini one, neither of these were noted in their newest release, which I thought was funny. But as I was going through and reordering some of the other stuff we needed, I ran into these. And I don't think we've carried them before. So they kind of caught me by surprise. But anyways, this one is your mini strips. And this is kind of a general one. It's called Fun and Funny for the mini strips. And I kind of like this one. Now, the mini strips typically tend to be holiday related. So like we had one for St. Patrick's Day. There's probably one for Easter. There's a Valentine's one, a Christmas one, a Thanksgiving one, a Halloween, that kind of thing. Because then they can do a smaller stamp set and you still get that cool strip effect. But this one is a little bit more general. So these ones are $9.99. And I'm hoping you guys can read it if I just zoom in. But it's a little bit general, but some kind of fun and funny stuff as well. And then this die is for the regular size stamp sets, okay, for the strips. And this one has, if you look at it, it has angled edges. And I was like, wait, when did this come out? I totally missed this one. I didn't see it. So we have it in now. If you are a collector of these stamps, it's nice to have the different dies so you can make different kinds of cards and sentiments. Now, just a reminder though that these sentiments are, gosh, I know we were looking for them today, and this is the stamp set I don't have in. So if you want the stamp set shown on the die set, then I am going to be ordering this one because I think it's the Snarky or something like that. But anyways, I was pretty excited to find this because it's kind of cool to have a little bit of a different set. Anyways, so that one is a $29.99 price point. And we got in 2 stencils. Now, when I ordered these are from an international company. When I ordered these, I really didn't know what to expect because when we order from international companies, they don't always have like the best pictures or descriptions and sometimes not samples. So sometimes it's a bit of like a, you know, just order it and see how it goes. So to me, it's a little odd that they're connected, but I would probably either, if you have a book that you could sort this in, leave them connected, or you could cut them apart. Just kind of depends. But I believe these are really close to a slimline size, if they're not a slimline size. Once he gets off the phone, I'll have him grab me a card and we can measure. So you've got this one here that has kind of the sun and the rays, and then this one which has cascading dots going down, and then it has cascading dots with your card going this way. So the two of these, if you are a lover of slim lines, I think these will be great to actually have in your stash. And honestly, you could just run masking a tape along there so you could leave it. But here's the other thing that's cool. And you see down at the bottom, you have another stencil down here. So you actually have a border right here that you could use for inking some pretty cool stuff. So you've got that one, and then you have this one here, okay? And actually, I think the top is probably, does this come open? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna just check the top of it to see if there is another line. Oh, look at this. There's a bonus in here. Hold on, this is why we open things. Okay, so you've also got that stencil there. And hold on. Then you've got that one up there. So two different pitches on those guys. And are those going to be as long as we need for a slimline? Let me just check. They're going to measure just slightly over 8 inches. So maybe not as long as a full slimline card, but probably as long as you would need for a mat. So anyways, both stencils, we're going to bundle both stencils for $14 for you, okay? And we do have these in stock. I think we have quite a few of them actually, because I thought they would be pretty cool. All right, let me put these back in. And actually feeling the stencil material, it's a decent weight on it as well. It's not like the thickest one ever, but it's definitely not the thinnest ones we've seen. So, okay, we've got those guys. And then we just got in a new Slimline stamp set from Impression Obsession. Now, here's the thing. We were supposed to have, they oftentimes do these monthly make and take kits, and we were supposed to have that in our box. We're not seeing it, but that particular sample that will be coming uses this one, which is why this one is in the box. So anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know that this is here. The next release of all of these Slimline stamps from IO is going to be flowers. And so it's really pretty. You can actually use these on A2 cards if you wanted to, or A7 cards, but they will fit beautifully on your Slimline card. Okay. And then these are the ones that I'm going to swatch out today. We got in 4 new colors of the Nouveau Sparkle Sprays. And if you guys haven't used these before, they are so fantastic because they are so shimmery. I think these are the ones, let's see. Yeah, they don't give you a whole lot of information, but I think it's mica, yeah. So let me grab some watercolor paper here, and we're gonna swatch them out. Did you give me for the set of 4? Yeah. Okay. So for those of you guys that collect these, it is $29 for the set, and we do have a limited number of these available in the store right now. And so they'll be available individually if we have any left after the sets. So let me just cut. I'm just cutting some watercolor paper here real quick. To like a, I don't know, maybe 3 by 4.5. Nope. What size did I make that? I've already forgotten. Nope, but 3 by 4. Wait, this one's longer. Oh, just forget about it. It doesn't matter. I didn't even look at what size the paper was. You can tell it's been that kind of a day. Oh boy. Who's letting me do math today? My goodness. Not one of those is the same size. Ugh. And those of you guys that know me know how much that probably is driving me crazy. All right. So what I'm going to do this is how I like to prime these. Hey, did the splat box come back in stock?
We got a couple of them.
Okay. So we were out of stock on the splat boxes for a little while, but they are now back in stock. They aren't all the same though, you said.
No, those come from the same. Those are easy.
No, it isn't. Okay. All right, so let me just stick this guy together here. Oops, hold on. Okie doke. So I am going to swatch these one by one, and the colors that we have that we're going to be playing with today is Japanese maple and strawberry ice, peacock plume, and tender peach. So whenever I start a spray, especially these ones here, you want to give it a shake, and then I will usually just spray it right into my garbage can to kind of get it going, so that I know that when it hits my paper, I'm going to have a nice, beautiful spray. So the thing with these ones is, I'm going to hold this up. You are going to get more of the sparkle showing once it starts to dry. You might be able to start seeing it kind of in the outlying areas. So I'm just going to set this one aside and let it dry. But with these guys, let me grab a baby light. It's always, anytime you've got a sparkle spray especially, any of your sprays, but a sparkle spray especially, it's a good idea to get in the habit of wiping down the nozzle. Sometimes they even tell you to turn it upside down and spray it, but I find that might be more work than I tend to do. But okay, this one here is, what did I just say it was? Japanese maple. I don't really have anywhere to dry stuff. Hold on, because I don't want to get these confused. Okay, let's try this next one we're going to try is called Tender Peach. Okay, and I totally missed that one, didn't I? All right. Oh gosh, that is a pretty color. Although I don't know that I've ever had a peach that color, but okay, so that one is Tender Peach. Let me set that off to the side. And then we will try, am I doing it on the pattern? Oh, I'm doing it on the textured side. Okay. So this next one is called Strawberry Ice. Okay. Nope. And I always forget this part though. All right. And then lastly, we have Peacock Plume. So I'm guessing this one is going to be stunning because, I mean, how could you go wrong with that color, right? Oh, pretty. All right. Okay, so I'm going to set these guys off to dry, and then I'm going to hopefully not muck that up in the meantime, and we'll come back to that in just a second. Okay. Can I have the samples? And can I have the rest of the dies? Like literally everything from the... He just walked in, so okay. All right, thank you. So we just got in oh yeah, that's helpful, right? We just got in some awesome new stamps and dies from Ldrs, and there's some really stinking cute stuff in here. So they sent us some sample cards as well. So I'm going to kind of walk through these with you guys. And let's see. Oops. Ended up with a couple of those. Hold on one second. I think we have a bit of a... Okay. Alrighty. So for all of these, the Stamp and Die bundles are $33, and I think we've got some pretty good savings on there for you if you find a set that you like. So this one here, this is the Hoppy Egg Hunt, and it's got these cute little bunnies. It's got a whole bunch of different like Easter sentiments, mix and match kind of things. You've got some grass and your eggs there you could do little scene building with. You can also use this one for a new baby card if you want to. And then this is the sample card that they gave us. So with the die right here, you can see that the eggs in the grass, which I was showing you right there, that the eggs in the grass create just a little bit of a landing spot for the basket, which is super cute. So let's see. And then these just arrived, and actually he checked them all in and put them out. So this is kind of me looking at it the first time too. So this is the new Slimline die from these guys. And I'm pretty excited about this one because we've got this really cool pattern in there. You've got one outside layer with a cool pattern. You've got an inside layer with a double stitch. You've got these circles that you could use, and I'll kind of show you some close-ups there. And you've got more squares with stitched squares here. And this looks like you've got little hearts in the corner. And then this one is a stitched frame, but it's gonna cut like a whole panel. And then you've got a drop-in piece that is a lift the flap type of a piece. And I don't have that part in this card, but so you can see here is your outside border, right? And then we've got these ones right here are going to be the most inside of the circle dies. So just kind of to give you an idea of the size, but they're so cute. So, so there's that one. And then let me set that over there. And then the next one that we have, this one is called Friends Like You. And this has a whole bunch of cute little raccoons and birds and foxes, tiny little elements in here, and a couple of sentiments. And then, but when you see them, look at how delicate and sweet they are. So this is an A2 card, just to give you a size perspective. So you can see what's nice about these ones is the animals are, and the icons are pretty tiny. So for coloring purposes, you don't have a lot of work to do because these guys aren't very big. So there's this one, and that Stamp and Die set is $30. And then this right here is that beautiful background die, but look at how cool that is. So what they did with this one to give it like a little bit more dimension is they cut it, and then because of these little landing spots right here, they're able to put foam behind it and around the edge, of course, so it can very evenly and pretty securely lift that die off. So you get a lot more dimension, you get a shadow in there, gives it a cool depth. Because a lot of times these cover plates can be hard to get the foam behind because you don't always have space to put it. So it's kind of nice that it's got those little landing spots there. Okay, and then we've got, so this one is also using, oh, actually, let me go back to that Slimline die. Wait, where did it go? Okay. All right, so, and the Slimline die is $24, but it's got so many mix and match pieces. And this one here, again, uses the outside and the inside, okay? Now, these are not on card bases that they sent us because they're going to get mounted to a board here. I just wanted them individually so that I could show you guys for the video. And then I'll show you this, but see here, it's got the square, and that's what we were talking about here. So you've got the square frame, and so they use that with the pattern paper. And then what they did for this particular card is they cut this outside square frame again, but in plain white, and they just took the piece that's inside, not the die here, but the piece that's inside that would normally fall out, and they stamped for everything on there so that they could create kind of a little bit of, you know, a stacked effect, but also having that cool kind of negative space behind it. So that's that one. And then this is the beautiful stamp that they used on this card here. So this one is called Lily, and it's kind of the perfect time for the lily, but look at that beautiful dragonfly. You can see him right there. And then the thanks, you'll see how well that cuts out. It's a nice scripty font, and you've got the die for that one. You've got the die for the foliage as well. So they just die cut the foliage like 3 times, it looks like, and tucked it in there so you have almost like a little bouquet sticking out on your Slimline card. So the Stampin' Die bundle for this one here is $33 as well. And then, are there only 2 floral dies? I thought there was, or floral stamps, there's only 2? Okay. All right, and then this is the other one, and I feel like this one, the sample for this one is probably in my box of things at home that was one of our retailer classes that I didn't get put together yet. So I'm going to try to locate that tonight so that we'll have the sample for these ones in the store tomorrow. But it's a, what is that flower? Pelargonium? Pelargonium? I don't know how to say that with that R right in front of the G. Pelargonium, maybe? Anywho, so, and then, oh, so there you go. So they kind of show some samples of how you might color it on the backside. And you've got a beautiful butterfly, like a baby's breath, and all of that cuts out with the die as well. You've got this really pretty Scripties Hugs that has a die that will cut it quite delicately as well. So, and then you've got this neat little border down there. So this bundle is $33. And then I wanted to show you guys, oh, were these on the table this morning? Because I didn't see them. Oh, okay. Okay, so can you just clarify? This, is that for the stamp and the die? Okay. Alrighty, so sorry you guys, this just kind of rolled in and it wasn't on our invoice to check them in. It was just one line item for the board, so we've been trying to figure this one out as we go. We have upper and we have lowercase stamp and die combos. So what's cool about these is that the script that you get with this one, so this is just the die. That's all I have as a sample so far is just the die. But look at how pretty that script is. And it's meant to be so that you can connect some of the letters together in like a, you know, sort of a, not full calligraphy, but some of them you'll see it on how the U goes all the way down so that it can go into the G for the hugs. That's what it's meant to do. They did also tell me that the dies are sized perfectly to cut out the stamps. So what that means is that you can definitely stamp your letters and cut them out with the dies. And we don't find that very often for stamp and die combos where they're so close in size. So they will be available individually, but we do have the set, whether you would like uppercase or lowercase, for $49. This one is definitely a bigger size stamp set, and the die set is larger too. So the bundle pricing on this one, probably through tomorrow, I would say. Yeah, because then I've got to figure out if we need to get some more stuff ordered. Okay, do I have anything else I needed to show?
You want to do a special project the other 2 weeks.
Yeah, but we did get everything. Oh no, I do have something else. I'm still waiting for those samples to dry, that's why. Okay, so if you guys were on Facebook the other day, you may have seen this card. Shoot. Can you see if you can locate this die? I think it's up front, but okay. Okay, so we just got in this paper. It didn't even make it out today, but I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this and waiting for this and waiting for this because it was showing coming, but it was not available for the longest time. So it doesn't really look like anything. But when you get up close, is this going to show up on the video? Oh, yep, I think you can see it just a little bit. Not a ton. There we go. So it is like really, really detailed wood grain pattern on this cardstock. But it is not super, super deep. So you'll see, that's why I wanted to do an inking project, because when you ink over that white paper, it totally, totally brings out the pattern. Isn't that gorgeous? And this card is like crazy easy.
What's the difference between that cardstock and the tint?
I haven't gotten there yet. But thank you for the prompt. Is the Tim stuff here? Do you want to grab it so that I can talk about it? Okay. So he just reminded me, because we were going to tell you guys what the difference is between this stuff and like Tim's cardstock that came in. So this is a 12 by 12 sheet. These ones are $1 a piece, and they're going to be a thinner cardstock than what Tim comes out with in his packs. Now his are going to be a heavier weight, and they are meant for mixed media. So you can spray them, you can make them wet, they're going to hold up to things like that. This one is not meant for that. It's just a standard cardstock. It takes ink fantastic. It die cuts really well because it's not super thick. The pattern on this one looks like it may be, I haven't looked at them side by side. Yeah, it may be a little bit deeper on this one, but I don't have a price on this one. But I think these ones are like, yeah, it's just a guess, but just kind of to give you like price comparison, that one is $1 for a 12 by 12, and I'm almost certain that this one is, you get 5 sheets in the pack, and it's probably like $1.50 or $2 for the per page. So if all you're going to be doing is inking, and you want to just do something kind of simple, you know, where it's quick and easy to put together, this is going to be the cardstock that you want. If you're going to go mixed media, where you're going to add sprays and paints and all that kind of stuff to the texture, then Tim Holtz's wood grain is the one that you're going to want.
$8.99 for the 5-pack.
Okay, $8.99 for the 5-pack. So that's going to be your difference, is that this one's $8.99 for 5. This one is $1 per sheet, and this one is 8.5 by 11. The $1 per sheet one is 12 by 12. So this one would definitely still be good to have in your stash, even if you had this one. I did say what it was. What? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I think you were scanning. But because he missed it, I'll just say it again. So the difference is more than just price. This one is going to be a regular cardstock. So if you've ever tried to spray regular cardstocks or paint them or get them wet, they sometimes can take some of it, but they don't hold up super, super well. This one is designed to be able to do all of those things. So you can use this with a lot more of your wet mediums. This one takes distress ink really well, but I wouldn't necessarily spray it. I mean, you could always try it, right? It's not it's not anything that's super serious if it gets ruined, just to see how it takes it. But a lot of times these types of regular cardstocks, if you get them wet, whether it's water or spray or something like that, it just sucks it up like a sponge. It doesn't sit on top to where you can move it around and stuff. Yeah. So both of them are great to have in your stash. It just kind of depends on what you want to do with it. Okay. Now, the die that I used for this one is this really awesome. And these have already shipped. They're on their way. When I sat down to make this, I grabbed this die. I didn't realize we didn't have any more in stock. This is basically it fits an A2 card, and you get 2 different corners on here. If you didn't want this solid black band around your card like I have here, you could easily just cut some of these pieces off. But what I like about it is you can mix and match, or what's this for? Oh, these came back in. Thank you. Do you have a price on those? Okay. So you can mix and match, but what I want to show you guys too, if this will come through, I actually took some of that wood grain paper and I colored it with squeezed lemonade, and then I die cut it so that I had these beautiful yellow leaves to put back in that had the same texture as the background. And have I shown you guys these just because sentiment already? I don't know that I did I? Can you grab those 2 mini sentiments that are on the table? So anyways, this die here for the 2 corners is $14.99 if you would like it. They should be in stock next week because they are in transit. Okay, well that one, but these.
Oh, I mean like that.
Well, I didn't show these.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Just sum it up. Like this.
Can I also have the stencil from these guys? I feel like you did not give me everything from the Ldrs box. You were really selective on things you grabbed from the table.
There's just one.
I know there's just one, but if I need to reorder it. Okay, thank you. He's selectively giving me things to show you guys today. So I'm not sure if we did show you guys these ones before or not, but that's the Just Because that I used right here, and I love that one. So these guys, they're $4.50 a piece for Just Because or Get Well Soon, and they work perfect in a card like this where you really want that background to sing. You know what? But now that I'm talking about that, there is also some other new sentiments that came in that we haven't shown you. There's so much stuff. We did not do a great job prepping for today, I can tell. Okay, so this one has been one that a number of people have asked us about. Oh, can you grab me the diagonal for this card as well? Because I don't think we showed that either. There was some new ones in this last box, and we just never even talked about them, I don't think. Oh, those are the papers that I need right there. Yeah. Okay, so this beautiful sample, we've already talked about this stamp and die combo right here. This is a sample that Dave sent us. So he did the beautiful watercoloring on this floral. And then he sent us this card sample, and it had this amazing diagonal here and this Just Because. So of course we had to order in the diagonal because that's like amazing, right? That looks so beautiful as a landing spot with the rainbow. So this guy is $14.99. And it is slimline size, but you could also use it with an A2 card as well. And then we got in, there's 2 sentiments that we got in. One is Just a Note, and the other is Just Because. And so that's what the Just Because looks like there. And you can kind of see the Just a Note will look very similar. So the Just Because is $11.50, and then the Just a Note is $9.50. Okay, and then this one. And we don't have a sample of this guy cut yet, but I am going to open it because I do want you to be able to see how awesome this alphabet is. And there is a sample card that we'll be making here soon, but I have to wait for another die to come in. So these are the dies. They are, let's see, how big? Does it say? Doesn't say. Oh, 1.5 inches tall. So they're a good size, but I mean, seriously, they're a wood grain alpha. How cool is that, right? I mean, that is awesome, awesome detail. So if you were to cut these letters and do the same simple inking technique that we did on this paper, right? You would get really, really cool detail. Yes, I can show that again for you, Jan. Just one second. I just have to find it. Okay. So the wood grain alpha, this one is $33.99. And we've already sold through, I think, at least half of what we got in. So we'll be getting some more of these in if we sell out as well. Let me find that card for you. Okay, and I will move things off to the side. All right, so there's that for you, Jan. Hopefully that helps. And I'll put it on the white background so it's easy for you to take a screenshot. Okay, so give her a second to do that. Alrighty. Hopefully that's good. If you need more time, then let me know. Okay, so these were very popular this morning, so I only have one left in stock, but if I need to order more, which I'm almost certain that we will have to do, I wanted you guys to get a chance to get on the list for this one. This is called the Bursting Bouquet Stencil, and holy cow, is that amazing detail, right? You have got a beautiful, beautiful floral. There's little buds tucked in here. There's leaves. There's whole rose flowers. It is gorgeous. So you could easily ink this with like a detail brush, or you could kind of just variegate if you wanted. You could go all one color. So this particular card sample that they did here, oh, you know what? I bet that's the butterfly from that card right there. This one here, now this is clearly looks like it was digitally colored because they have to make so many of these cards. A lot of times they're, colored and then color photocopied. And so I don't necessarily know that you would be able to get this kind of like separation in your colors like they did on this one, but it does give you a good idea of what the pattern will look like on this stencil. And the stencil is only $6.50, so it's a reasonably priced stencil, and it has really, really great detail. Okay, and then lastly, which this won't show up on the white, for those of you guys that have been waiting for this ruler to come back in stock, it is here now. It's upside down. So this is the Crafter's Essential Ruler, and this one is the one that we have custom made for the store, and it measures in 16ths. So I'm going to try to bring this up. Oh, that's focusing beautifully. So for those of you guys that have trouble, you might read directions and it says 2 3/16 or something like that. Well, now you can actually go on your ruler and you can find where that 3/16 is, and it makes it so much easier. So you've got that, and it gives you the 1/4 inches, it gives you the 1/8 inches, so you don't have to count by tick mark. It'll just give you the answer. So it also has, it's a 12-inch ruler, by the way. It also has a centering feature. So for those of you guys that, let me find a dark piece of paper here. Hold on. So this will show up. Okay, so let's say I need to find the center of something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick the 0 approximately somewhere in the middle, and then I'm going to move my ruler back and forth. Hold on. I think the grid on this mat might be a little much. Okay, so I'm going to move the ruler back and forth until I have the exact same measurement on both sides. And so this one is not quite, say 6 inches, but just shy. So I'm going to move it back until it is basically even on either side. And then I would take my pen, which I don't have, I only have a paper piercer, and where the 0 is, that is going to be my center. So if I was trying to draw something down the middle, or maybe I need to cut down the middle or score down the middle, or any number of reasons I need to find the middle of things, now I know, because that's how a centering ruler helps you to find the center. You just kind of move it back and forth. You don't actually, unless you know the width of something, you don't actually have to measure it. You just kind of move it until the two measurements on both sides are exactly the same. So this ruler is $12.99, and it really is a must-have for your tool bin. Now, for those of you guys who do a lot of work on light colors, the thing with this is because it's laser etched, it does not show up, the numbers don't show up super well on white paper. So we've talked about this before with those etched lines on stencils. You take black soot distress paint, which I think we actually have. Do we have any in stock at the moment? I try to keep it in stock because I think it's the best paint for techniques like this, because the distress paint is a little bit more liquidy. So what you're going to do is you flip the ruler over, and I just do little bits at a time. So I'll put wet paint on here, and then I take a paper towel and I just wipe it off so that it comes all off of the smooth part, but it will stay in the laser etching. That's how you also mark your stencils. So a lot of the stencils have laser etchings, whether it's the item number or they'll have a laser etching for where the A2 size goes for a card, something like that. So that's the paint that I always recommend if you need to mark those kind of things. Okay, now I think I have probably covered everything. Does that sound about right?
So samples.
Samples of, oh, yeah. Okay. Well, they're almost dry. All right, so let's bring these guys back in. They're still just a wee bit wet. Now the thing with these shimmer sprays is that I only did, you guys saw, I only did one spritz. If you do a lot of spritz, say you want a lot more color on there, you can do like more spritz. However, I find the best way to do this is to do a layer and then dry it. And if you need to do another layer, then dry it. Because what happens is the mica in the sprays raises to the top. So if I just spray so much because I really want intense color, I'm just going to get something that almost looks silver. That's what I found when we played with the previous release of these. So like with this particular one, almost dry. Plus I did it on the texture side of the the texture side of the watercolor paper, so that might not have been my best move, but you guys will get the idea. Okay, so let's see if you guys can see. Is the sparkle gonna come through? I think you can see if it'll focus. There we go. I think you can see the sparkle. Is it? Hold on. I'm just trying to, there we go. Can you see how much it's sparkling? So there's like a ton of shimmer in there. That one is the Japanese maple. This one is called strawberry ice, but this one's not fully dry yet. So I'll just kind of show you the edge there. There you go. You can see how beautiful. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that is so gorgeous. And then this one is the, not ginger peach. It's called tender peach. I don't know. Could be a color of a peach, but. And so you can really see the shine come through on that one. That was the first one I did, remember, where I missed the paper. So I did a second one, but it's still drying. So can you see how the difference is between when it's dry and the shimmer and then when it's still wet? So with these kind of shimmer sprays especially, I always like to spray and then let it dry before I add oh my gosh, look at how beautiful that one is. Before I add too much color, because you may have plenty once it dries. It's just always hard to know how much you need when it's still wet, because then you're just kind of getting the sheen of the liquid, not the mica. So anyways, the 4 new colors of the sparkle sprays are $29 is the bundle price on those for those of you guys that love to play with these, because these ones are really, really fun because they do add. Do you guys remember the Bigfoot card with the Aurora Borealis that we did? That's actually, here, I'll bring this back in my splat box, like this color right here. That was the sparkle spray that we added in, and So, and you can see it's still, it's still shining, even though we put a ton of stuff over the top of it. I think there's another one in here too, and I can't remember which one it is. So anyways, that's kind of fun. So, all right, you guys, let's do a quick recap, because I think we covered a lot of stuff today, and I think a recap is definitely necessary. Okie doke. So the spray bundle is $29 for the set. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of stuff where to start. The two sentiment dies, these guys are $4.50 a piece for Just Because and Get Well Soon. The Wood Grain Alpha, this one is $33.99, but it's the 1.5 inch letters that we talked about, and it did actually come on 2 sheets of magnet in there as well. Oh, the wood grain paper, those ones are $1 a sheet. This corner one is a pre-order die, so they're already coming. I have a number of them coming because the sample is already done. But this one is $14.99, so that's the Pink Fresh corner die. And then I think a number of you guys may already have this on hold. This is the Tim Holtz wood grain. We also got the leather one in stock as well. So this one was, what did he say? I think he said $8.99 for that one. Okay. We've also gotten, we covered the stamp and die letter sets from Ldrs. So these ones are $49 for the bundle. So stamp and die lowercase, stamp and die uppercase, $49 each. And these are going to be the ones where the dies cut out the stamped images if you want them to do that. Or you can use the dies individually and you can use the stamps individually. Then we've got this beautiful Bouquet stencil. This one is $6.50. This is the one that we only have one left of because it was so popular today. So this one here is the flower that I am not 100% sure about the name. So the Pelargonium, I'm gonna have to practice that. So that's, we saw the butterfly, but I do think somewhere I have a sample of that flower as well. And this one says, hugs, thinking of you, wish you were here, deepest condolences, and get well. So that bundle is $33. This gorgeous lily is $33 for the bundle as well, and that's the one that matches that card with the beautiful little dragonfly. $24.99 on this awesome Slimline die set, which is on this one. I think it was on something else too. Oh yeah, it's on both of these. It's both of those cards there for that Slimline die. And I think a couple more sets. So this Mosaic Background die, this one was $22, and it creates that cool background. You know, you could also put like these little heart stamping dies. You could also kind of scatter them around if you wanted to put something on those little landing spots where you can put the foam behind it. And then the stamp and die for this one is also $33. This is called Friends Like You. And it's got all of these really teeny, easy to color characters because they don't have a lot of square footage. And then this one, because Easter is right around the corner. So look at him, he is so cute. And these little tiny eggs, sorry, those are the eggs, the carrot, the little tiny carrot, and you got the chickens. So that is going to be the one that matches this card here, and that bundle for the stamp and die is $33. Okay, so that covers, pretty sure that covers that brand. And these were the ones that we sort of brought in kind of as a at the last minute. Slimline diagonal, so that one's $14.99. That's the one that you see cut right out of that middle. Let me tell you how long this guy is. So this die itself is actually 8.4 inches. So it is almost the full length of a slimline card. Actually, I see it poking out of the side of this thing. And what sometimes you can't always tell from the picture here. So this particular die is a reverse die. So it does not cut the end of your paper and it doesn't cut the sides of your paper. So hopefully you guys can kind of see that there. It's only going to cut this pattern out in a negative space. And then we have the Just a Note and Just Because, and we've got $11.50 on this one and $9.50 on Just a Note. The replacement mat is back in stock. We've got the new Slimline floral stamp. So this one is $15. And we do have, how many were in the box?
9 maybe.
Okay, so we have quite a few of these in stock. And wow, I have a huge pile of stuff to go through. Okay, and then we bundled these two stencils together if you wanted both of them for only $14. And they are sized for Slimline. And remember, there's another pattern up here. So you've got the pattern down here and the pattern up here. And this is the, I don't know, sunburst one. They don't really have, oh, they don't have names. You know, maybe they do. This one is dots. There we go. So, Joan, if you're watching this for that one background that you were asking me about over email yesterday, this one very well could achieve that look that was showing on that card that you were talking about. So, both of those for $14. And we're almost there. And then we've got the two new things from Tailored Expressions. So this is the mini strips Fun and Funny. And these ones are $9.99. And it's got just some nice sentiments to have on hand. That's what I should have put on his Valentine's card that we did a couple weeks ago. That would be very true. So, and then this is the new die for the standard size simple strip set that has the asymmetrical sides. So just, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but so like say this one right here, it has a straight edge on one side and an angled on the other. This is so that when you make your card, you stick it off to the right, that straight edge goes on the right side, and then it sticks out this way and goes at an angle like that, if that's how you want it. And then the ones that have the straight edge going the other way go from the other side of the card. And then the ones that have both angles can go somewhere in the middle of the card. Now, you can also straighten out some of those things like this one. If you wanted to give it a straight edge, you have that opportunity as well. So, and these background dies are $29.99. And then lastly, we did have a lot today. And lastly is this awesome months die. So, from Concord and Ninth that has these beautiful little scripty letters on it for the months. Whew. So how does that feel? We covered a lot today. So we're gonna have to run. I have a call starting in what looks to be 17 minutes. And we will be back tomorrow with a project. I've got some more cool stuff to show you for tomorrow. Thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you all again at 4-ish tomorrow. We're shooting for 4, but sometimes it's hard when there's people in here. So, and as the sun shines, it gets a little bit harder. But anyways, thanks you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.